YouTube, you're mafia, my people, La Familia Wagwans, what's good? Nah, your boy done pulled up with the hoodie on in the spot. Look, what's underneath this hood? You're not ready for this. I don't think I am either. In today's video, we got a CJ Speaks episode for you guys. We're gonna be talking about how there's growth and uncomfortability today. Now think about that for a second. There's growth and uncomfortability. There's growth and uncomfortability. Yo, CJ, what you mean by that, game? Because when I'm comfortable, I feel like life is going well. I feel like I got it all together. I feel like things are the way they're supposed to be. Now, even though there's some truth to that, ask yourself this question right here. Are you really growing though? In the season of comfortability in your life, in the season of I got it all together in my life, are you really growing? Are you really going forward? Are things really, but are things really looking up for you? Look, your boy's stuttering, your boy done been off the tool for a little while, but we back in action, baby. So listen, if I stutter, if I do any of that, this is the real raw and uncut version of me right here. So listen, there is growth and uncomfortability. So before we jump right into this video, you know the vibes, man. You know the drill. Like, comment, and subscribe, man. We on the road to 5K. Listen, comment any video ideas down below you want to see me do. Show your boy some feedback. Show your boy some positivity. Turn on that post notification bell so you never miss a video, because this is definitely a season of my life of uncomfortability, right? For the whole month of May. This is May 10th, so this is my 10th day. I'm actually fasting for this whole month, which is a big step for me, which is a big thing for me, because I was heavy on, I'm not saved enough to fast. I will not be fasting, because me, if you know me, I love my food. I got an appetite to feed the whole family of 5. There's been times before in my life where I ate for a family of 5. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. I'm fasting for this whole month. And the point of this fast is, for me personally, I gave God my full yes. I said yes to him. But action now needs to follow up behind that, right? There's been so many times in my life where I told God yes and, went back on my word. And as a man, I need to make sure that I'm keeping my integrity. Wherever I'm at, being integral towards God, because God knows the truth, right? I got to keep my integrity, whether I'm at church, whether I'm with my friends, with my peoples, or wherever I'm at, integrity. So I really felt like this fast was going to be something to teach myself accountability, show myself that I can do it. If I put my mind to it, I can get it done. Teaching myself self-control. And really just discipline. Something that I've always struggled with in my life is discipline. And just really, just disciplining myself that if I put my mind to something, I could do it. I'll be all over the place in here too. And that's another thing that I'm working on during this fast as well, is, really going to God about my mindset. And really going to him about, getting my thoughts and just everything up here under control. Because once I get this under control up here, I promise you, I'm Gucci. It's just, my mind be everywhere. So that's definitely a few things I'm working on in my fast, is just, I gotta get it done. Nobody's gonna do it for me. I gotta do it for myself. So this is definitely a season of uncomfortability. I'm fasting for the time I wake up till about 5, 6 o'clock. If God has me fast for a few more hours, for whatever the case may be, I'm gonna do that. I'm staying obedient to God's voice. So this is a season of uncomfortability for me, because I love my food. I love to eat, and this is definitely teaching me that, to trust and obey God more. And I got my points down here right there, man. Shout out to Ski for the book. If you know, you know. And I got my speaking notes right here, because hold on, focus up. Because your boy's professional and all that, man. We write notes down over here, man. Let me pop my collar real quick, man, because we outside. Never in, but when I'm outside, I'm still in. And we outside for the Lord this summer too. So I spoke about my fast. There is growth and uncomfortability. And what I mean by that is when we're comfortable, when things are familiar to us, when we're used to something, we don't have to rely on God's strength to get us through that situation, right? But we know what the next step is when things become like a routine to us, because it's second nature, right? We wake up, we do the same thing over and over. we don't necessarily need to rely on God's strength for that, because we already know what we need to do, right? But when something comes up in our life that's foreign to us, that's new to us, that is, you know, something that we're unsure about, or there's some type of uncertainty to it, if we're wise, of course, right? Because we have a choice. We have a choice. If we're wise and we make the right decision, you know, we will trust God in that situation. We'll trust God in a season of uncomfortability, because we don't know the next step. You know, before, when we was comfortable, when we was used to something, we don't gotta necessarily rely on God's strength, because we know what the next step is, right? So we could just, you know, go about our day and just, you know, go about our day. But when something is unfamiliar, when it's a new season we're entering in, trusting God is the most important thing, because God, I don't know what's to come, but you do, so I'm gonna trust in you. And recently too, I'm recovering from a knee surgery currently still. I had my surgery March 10th. I tore my ACL for the 3rd time in the same knee. Yeah, I wasn't really posting during that time because I was really just trying to focus on my recovery, you know, and just get my mind right. It was definitely a season of isolation for me. I'm a people person. Listen, if you haven't known, if you don't know already, now you know I love being around people. I love to people with people. I'm like a social butterfly, you know. I'm an extroverted person. As much as I be swearing that, you know, I be trying to have my introverted, you know, little moments in life, I do, but it don't feel right, because when God has a calling on your life, when God has placed something in you, you can't run from it. You can run from it, but you can't hide. You understand? So God placed that in me. God placed a personality that is attractive to people, that is attracted towards other people, in terms of, you know, just, I'm a people person, bro. That's just what it is. Like, I just interact with people. The interaction with people is like my, how do I put it? Interaction with people is like my, I'm trying to think of something fire to say. I got nothing to say. But yeah, you know, I'm a people person, you know. So I was isolated for a few weeks, you know, recovering from my surgery. I was away from church, away from the gym. I wasn't working like that. I was just focused on my recovery. Just really locking in and focusing in. So I was pretty much cooped up in the crib, you know, for the most part, you know, 24/7. As I was recovering, you know, I would go out for a walk, or my people would come to, you know, visit me and stuff like that. But for the most part, bro, I was in the crib. I was on the bed, man, chilling for the whole day pretty much. And that was definitely a season of uncomfortability for me. Even though I've had a few surgeries, this time around it just felt different, because like before the previous surgeries, I wasn't really, you know, I was walking with the Lord, but not as intimately as I am right now. And with intimacy, with obedience comes sacrifice, you know. So by me giving my yes to God and really having my actions follow up with that, you know, I was definitely in a season of uncomfortability, because I was trusting God with everything in me. And that was a new thing for me. So of course it's gonna be uncomfortable, because it's something new to me, you know. So this is definitely a season of uncomfortability for me. I'm back outside now, you know, and things of that nature. But yeah, it was definitely the first few weeks of the surgery, the recovery. It was OD, I'm not gonna lie. What else I got here? Cause this video is gonna be mad long. Let's see what I got here. I got a few points here that I wrote down, but I'm actually touching those in a future video, because I want to do a lot of these CJ Speaks videos, because during this fast I've been hearing God so much more clearly and so much more intimately, and he's been saying a lot of things to me. So I got a whole bunch of video ideas that I'm gonna speak on. So I'm probably not gonna jump into these points right here, because I got I wanted to talk about my job situation, like relationships, finances, purpose, my hair, you know, talking about being unsure when trusting in God, a whole bunch of stuff. So I feel like I'm gonna talk about these in a future video. But two things I did want to speak on that relate solely to this type of video right here, this video about uncomfortability, is being uncomfortable. It's not easy. It's not. Being in this season of uncomfortability and trusting God is not easy at all. So I don't want to sit here and make it seem like it's an easy thing to do, because it's not. You know, your situation may not change. Your situation may stay the same. But if your situation is gonna be the way it is, why not do it easier and trust in God instead of trusting yourself, right? Because for me, if I knew what was best for me, I would have had it all together. Everything that I just named to you, plus more, I would have had it all together. But I don't. So really trusting God in uncomfortability, it's not easy at all, but it is worth it. I promise you that. Because God will never, God honors our sacrifice. God honors our obedience, right? God doesn't call us to be obedient. God doesn't call us to sacrifice stuff and then throw it back in our face and be like, you was mad stupid for that. Nah, he don't do that. God will reward our sacrifice or obedience to him, you know. It may not be in monetary, you know, ways. It may be in peace. It may be in happiness. Because you know me, I'm happy and blessed. I'm feeling happy and blessed. I'm at peace right now. So, you know, my obedience to God in this season is, you know, my feelings. Feeling happy and blessed, feeling at peace. So it may not be monetary things and materialistic things per se, but, you know, I wouldn't trade my peace and my joy for nothing in this world. And last point for today, man. Trusting in God, it really shows you, like trusting God in uncomfortable situations really shows you where you're putting your trust and your faith in. No, it's not an easy thing. It's not. And sometimes we feel like it's easier to trust in ourselves or in other people or what we know what is right or comfortable or we're used to it. Sometimes it is easier to do that. It's easier to do the wrong thing than to do the right thing. But that's what sacrifice is, you know. That's what having faith is. That's what having trust is. You know, as a follower of Christ, you know, my faith in Jesus is everything. If I don't got faith in something that I can't see physically, then what am I doing? You know, if I don't have faith in something that, you know, I may never see in this, I can't see in this lifetime, I can see, you know, like the results of Jesus, and I can see you know, him coming through in situations. I can't see him physically, so my faith in God is everything. If I don't have faith, I don't have nothing. I might as well just pack it up and go do something else, you know. So by trusting in God in an uncomfortable season, an uncomfortable situation, really shows that you trust in him, that your faith is really in him. You know, God, if I say that I trust you, God, if I say that I follow you, and my actions don't line up with it, then what am I doing? Because I can say I trust in God, I can say my faith is in him, I can say I trust him through this uncomfortability, but if my actions don't align with that, then what am I doing? I could pray, I could say all these things out loud, go hard for like an hour, fast about it, pray about it, you know, just focus on that one thing. But as soon as something comes up, when it's time to put my faith, when it's time to put my trust in an uncomfortable situation to the test, and I fail, I fail, I bait, you know, I don't follow up with that, then what was all that for? Those are just words, you know. And one thing I really been trying to work on lately is my words having weight to them. I don't want to just speak. I want my words to hold weight to it. I want them to hold value to it. And most importantly, that comes with my relationship with God, you know. With other things in life too, but most importantly with my relationship with God. So if I say, Lord, I trust you, if I say, Lord, my faith is in you and you alone, and when it's times to put that faith into action, those words into action, you know, I gotta make sure I'm showing up. Because God gonna show up for me, but will I show up for him? You know, that's the main thing. That's what I'm gonna leave y'all with today, man, because this video is kind of long. But I'm gonna feel good to be back. You know, this is my first video back in a little while. Excuse my awkwardness, excuse my, you know, my shakiness and things of that nature, because, you know, this is an uncomfortable situation for me, you know. Being back on YouTube for a little while, that's uncomfortability, but, you know, there's growth in uncomfortability, because as I continue to trust God in this uncomfortability, there will be growth in it in terms of, you know, being more comfortable in front of the camera, being comfortable in my delivery, being comfortable in myself, being comfortable in my content creation, in my creativity. Cause those are definitely some things I struggle with. But you know, it's a season, man. We here, listen, and we're doing it together too. You are not alone. That's a reminder to you. If anything you heard in this video, you are not alone. You are not alone. Trust and believe that. Friend, you watching this right now, you are not alone. Just know that. You are not alone. It may feel like you're alone. It really may feel, there may be some seasons of feelings of loneliness and aloneness, but just know that you are not alone. And I want to encourage you about that today. Jesus love you, and I love you too. But listen, man, it's your boy CJ Got the Drip. If y'all like this video, man, like this video, comment, subscribe, because we're on the road to 5K. Tell me that post naughty bell, man, to never miss a video. And listen, man, it's been your boy CJ Got the Drip. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all for rocking with your boy. Listen, a lot of videos come soon, and just know we here to stay, man. Peace.